It's Ehizoje, everyone's favorite Nigerian.
This that real life shit, nigga.
Let's go into hot takes. Hot takes.
You know, I think it makes sense for me to lead off this hot take. I cannot believe you just brought up Frank like that.
All right, go ahead.
That's where we going.
All right, go ahead.
We're going to stay right in there.
All right, now, just to preface this, we can't say nothing to the person giving their hot take. Like, they gotta give it. We can't critique it. We can't rebuttal. We can't do nothing. We gotta just sit here and listen to the bullshit that they gotta spew.
Oh, it's not gonna be bullshit.
They never think it's bullshit, and then they start saying their hot take, and it be bullshit. So I just want to give people their space to get off whatever they want to get off without any fear that somebody's gonna be like, "Yo, you stupid as fuck for that." And with that being said, go ahead, man.
This nigga right here, man, creating a safe space. But I appreciate that. Yeah, with Frank Ocean, it's funny that you bring him up, and that's like who you want to drop. That's the whole theme of what I'm about to get into right here. But basically, oh yeah, so this is my hot take. So basically, with Frank Ocean, my issue is that y'all treat him like he's Jesus Christ, like he's the savior, like he can do no wrong. And then I think the craziest part about it too is like EJ just touched on when he was saying he wants him to drop because it's been 7 years or something like that. He hasn't dropped for 7 years. But then when he does pop out, he basically spits in y'all face because that Coachella performance was ass, quite frankly, bro. So it's like you compounding it on top of it. So you're not dropping music, and then when you do pop out, and you're supposed to be held to like this high caliber, this high tier, then it's just like, you just kind of just mailing it in. So that's my thing with him. He's dropped what? He dropped the album in 2011.
Classic.
He dropped one in 2012.
Classic.
And then he dropped one in 2016.
Classic.
Which is all true. They could all be classics. I'm not the biggest Frank fan. I've listened to certain projects. I've just never been able to vibe with it, and that's fine. But I'm not even like throwing my bias about liking the music or not. It's just more so about where y'all hold him in this high regard. Like, he can't be the GOAT. He can't be like exalted as Jesus Christ, and bro doesn't drop, bro. That's one album every like 4.5 years. Like, my nigga, I couldn't do math, bro. Like, that's crazy, bro. Like, so that's my hot take, man. Like, Frank Ocean should not be held in the esteem. He should not be held in the regard that he is. If he's going to drop this few times or this little, and then when he does pop out, his live performances are ass. And then I think he just dropped a single too, and I don't know. It sounded a little bit weird, and I saw some Frank fans like giving some pushback too, like it wasn't the greatest. So that's my hot take, which I don't even think is that crazy, but it's probably gonna be crazy to y'all because Frank can do no wrong, and Frank Jesus Christ, right? So we need to pray to Frank Ocean.
EJ look like he really want to say so right
crazy.
now.
He be spitting in your. How's that your favorite artist? He's spitting in y'all face, bro. Like, he don't even respect y'all like that for real. Shit crazy, bro. It couldn't be my favorite.
You sure you don't want to say that to EJ? You sure you want to let him get that off?
This is why I prefaced it with, you gotta let people have space for the bullshit. You know, you gotta let niggas get their bullshit takes off. But I'm gonna stick to the rules. I'm not gonna say too much. I'm gonna spare him today. If he wants to bring it back up on guest choice, he could bring it back up on guest choice, and then we could really talk about it.
Yeah, I don't have that much energy for Frank. This is all I have.
You see.
I'm not gonna bring it back.
You see, they be running. They be running from the smoke.
It's not even running. That's all I got.
Smoke.
It's not even running from smoke.
Saraj, what's your hot take, man?
We here. Address it now. It's cool. We don't need the safe space label. Just address it right now, bro. It's cool.
I mean, I agree with you. I'm not much of
So
a
you agreeing with me?
I'm not much of a Frank Ocean fan. I'd never seen the hype. But, to each his own. To each his own.
I don't know anybody that calls him like Jesus Christ or compares him to Jesus Christ. I see more people dislike him.
The people that yelled at Drake on stage because Frank Ocean didn't come out.
That shit was fucking crazy.
I don't think
that's fucking crazy.
I don't think that's a representative of the artist though. Like you can't hate an artist because of what their fans do, right? And all he is being an artist. Like he's a recluse. That's who he is in his nature. He had people pass away and then he ducked off, like any of us would do, right? Motherfuckers begged him to come back. You didn't like what he did when he came back, and so you ducked off again. He's just being a regular human being, bro. Like, why can't you let artists be human beings? Why do they have to serve the fan? That would be my question.
No, artists can be human beings, and I'm not saying that he has to serve the fan, but I just think that he doesn't really respect y'all. And the Coachella, that was the height of it to me, bro. Like, why are you doing Coachella after all these years, just not doing anything? People are so excited, paying all this bread, spending all this bread to come out and see you, and you just come out and you just pretty much just mail it in, bro.
My question is, can you respect someone you've never met?
I think, you definitely can. I have met most people that I respect, I would say. Yeah.
No, can you respect someone you've never met?
Why not? I never met Kobe.
Is respect not?
God rest his soul, but
I thought respect is earned, not given. How am I supposed to say, oh, I respect that? No, that person is cool. Like, I fuck with like what they show to the world. I don't know that person, right? Kendrick's my favorite artist. I can't say I respect him as a person. I don't know that nigga. Why would I ever go and be like, oh, yeah, and big him up, put him on pedestal? Why would artists put fans on pedestal that they don't know? There's no face, there's no name, it's just numbers. I think that's an impossible task. So a lot of times you see the Franks, you see the Doja Cats, they come out, they let you know like, hey, I don't know y'all, bro. I'm just being me. And you're having these huge reactions to me just being me, right? What if that Frank performance, I don't know if you guys have seen other Frank performances. That's the type of shit that nigga does during performances. It's very laid back, it's stripped back. It's just him singing. But because he's gone to such a level that people expect pop star like things from a nigga who's not a pop star, you feel me? I find it kind of like, just let artists be an artist.
No, I actually agree with what you're saying, but I was talking about his fans and where they put him.
Well, like when you watch this back, it's gonna sound like you came for Frank Ocean. I'm gonna be honest. I
said his fans treat him like he's Jesus Christ and he could do no wrong. That's a fact, bro. I be seeing it. The I don't even know, like the narrative around him and just the energy around him. Any conversation that's brought up with Frank is that everything that he does is perfect. Like they don't even address. They act like some of these things don't even exist. Like he hasn't dropped his. I don't know, man. That's just my thing. It's more so his fans, bro. I'm more so talking about his fans. I'm like, as an artist, I can never personally come at an artist. It's never on that level. Like, I don't know Frank. You're correct. I don't know any of these artists really, but it just, when certain people, and that's like when we talk about Andre 3000 too, it's kind of the same thing where it's like, you haven't dropped a solo. You haven't dropped a solo.
He has. All right, he gonna activate me, bro. The Love Below is a solo project.
That's a double disc, bro.
No.
Do it on your own, bro.
Wait.
If you're supposed to be a GOAT, then show us you a GOAT then.
20 plus songs on his own. Like,
yeah, Drake is a GOAT, bro. Because he's consistent. He give us consistent hits.
Are you playing, bro? Ain't no way.
Even Kendrick, bro, is more. Even there's lapses in between when he drops too. But every time he does drop, it's a classic, bro. But like, bro, 7 years is crazy, dog. And Kendrick's performance, he knocks that shit out the park.
What?
Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, if you're gonna be held to a certain, I'm not saying Frank Ocean isn't great, but y'all hold him to a stature and a pedestal where I don't think he deserves that or belongs there. He hasn't put in the work. He hasn't been consistent enough. He just hasn't. Y'all fans is delusional. Frank Ocean fans is delusional.
Wait, how many albums?
3 stacks ago.
I was like, how many albums does Frank Ocean have?
He has 3 classics. Like, it's crazy. All right, whatever. There's not a lot of people that can say they have 3 classics. He dropped 3 classics in a row.
I might give a slight nod to that because I think the music rate has been so fast we forget that like Frank Ocean has been out for 10 plus years, where most artists don't
last that long.
So yeah, I think it's safe to say, like, because a lot of people have their stands. Frank Ocean has his stands, of course. And if he's delivered, like I said, I'm not into Frank Ocean's music that much. I can understand why people are, because I do hear certain like songs. Like me is always how the people react. If I see people singing songs word for word and they love the music, they're dancing, they're bopping, they're vibing to it, even if it's not for me, I'm going to be like, okay, maybe there's something to it. So, but his fans do treat him like Jesus Christ. That's where I do agree with Henry. It's like his fans do love him. I don't understand where it's from, but maybe it's not for me to understand.
This is the last thing I'm going to say on this topic. I think it also speaks to the era that we're in when it comes to like the streaming era, where we're so used to things coming so quickly that we forget about artists like D'Angelo. Frank Ocean and D'Angelo have very comparable careers. Like, drop a project, disappear. Drop another project. D'Angelo went over 10 years without dropping another project. Came back. That shit was hard as hell. Disappeared again. But it's D'Angelo. You can't say nothing bad about D'Angelo. Like, D'Angelo is that nigga. And so I would say Frank Ocean falls within that cusp where it's all like, he's not in the entertainment industry per se. He makes music. His music is in the entertainment industry, but he himself is not. And so we can't discredit him just for like taking that step back, because we see so many people who decide to be in the entertainment industry and that ruins them as a person. It ruins their soul type shit. So how am I going to be mad at a nigga who decides he doesn't want a part of it?
I guess that's fine, but his fans, they need a reality check. Like, they on some Charles Manson. I don't know if they like sipping on some Kool-Aid or some shit. I don't know what he put in his music that puts y'all in a trance to where y'all are not seeing some of this shit. It's like, I don't know, man.
See, I was gonna say I'm not. I guess
That's
the reason, like, I'm not.
It's his fans.
It's the
He's
fans.
very good, bro. And I don't even really like his music particularly like that. But I can still say objectively, he's actually very good.
See, that's how I feel about the Barbs and Kanye West fans. Kanye West stands, Barbs, and recently J. Cole stands been getting on my nerves. But Frank Ocean, gets some. Like, probably I don't really interact with his fans that much, so that's why I'm like, I can deal with you.
Hot take?
My hot take. So this one, the first statement is not a hot take, but the second one might be a hot take. So first one is my first statement is hip hop is dying. I know we just came off celebrating 50 years, but to me, this has been the year of mid for hip hop. Even coming up with like the hip hop artists, I felt like I was pulling at scraps. Like, even some will argue Drake didn't, but Drake did drop a mid album. Even like a lot of the artists today have dropped trash to mid. There's nothing that really sustains the culture of hip hop anymore. And the hot take that is really, I think, the solution, I think 50% of the rappers need to go. Like, I think.
What you mean by that, though?
Well, I think the number one problem with hip hop is it's oversaturated. Way too many rappers, way too much music coming out. Honestly, and I love short and sweet albums now. So when I see an album that's over 20 songs, my eyes start to twitch. Mostly because I'm a DJ. That means I have to listen to all of this to figure out which is the hot song. So that might be more personal. But even then, I see like just the reception. Like, a lot of those songs be filler. A lot of those songs don't mean anything. There's no like quality control to be like, okay, this song is good. This song's, take it out. I know you like it, but take out this song. It doesn't really mean anything. But like I said, my solution is 50% of the rappers just need to go. I think it will solve a lot of it will like actually I think not 50%, just like the cream of like it just needs to be a battle. The people who love hip hop versus the people who are doing it for the bag. And I know a lot of the arguments like, oh, don't get mad at the people doing it for the bag. They're just trying to feed their family. I'm like, well, that's going to affect the genre, the culture of hip hop. And it has, as you see, like a lot of the sounds, if you compare, like listen to hip hop as far as now, and I think like the best hip hop music was in the 2000s. That's a different argument. But if you compare it to like 2000s.
Wait.
Yes.
I have to give pushback.
That's a hot take. That's a hot take. The best hip hop music was in the 2000s?
Yes.
What?
Yes. I thought y'all were
But he's a DJ though, so I'm actually starting to.
I'm not even gonna let him get that off because 2000s are notorious for being like the worst era for hip hop. That was the ringtone generation, bro.
You talking about one person?
No, that whole generation.
You talking about Soulja Boy?
Soulja Boy started it, right? But
think about it. Think about who you had in the 2000s. Think about Kanye. Think about Lil Wayne. Think about T.I. Think about DMX. Think about all the GOATs.
DMX is 90s.
Even
but
the
DMX
Dirty
is also
South, like with all the crunk music,
Okay,
too,
that's
like
like-
Lil Jon and all that.
Okay, you said DMX was also 2000s. All those people you named are really 2010s, right? Except for Fifth, because Fifth stopped making music. But like all the,
I mean, they made music that transferred, but like their big era was in the 2000s, not the 2010s. If you're talking about 2010s, we're still talking about Drake, Kendrick, and Cole. That's the like the face of the 2010s. Like Kanye is not the face of the 2010s. He's the face of like the 2000s. But like he has good music, some of his best music in the 2010s. But
he has more
I feel
projects in 2010s than he does in the 2000s. Kanye has more projects in the. What did I say?
But he started his career. What
are we talking about?
Okay, but he also dropped Yeezus in the 2010s.
If we were to make a list of the top 20 artists from the 2000s and the top 20 artists from either the 90s or the 2010s, and then rank that list, the 2000s are coming in last.
No, they're not.
Yes,
no, they're not.
They're coming in last.
That's big.
Because there's no way they're going to beat out the 90s. There's no way they're going to beat out the 90s.
Right now, top 5. Do the top.
No, I said list of top 20 artists, because that's really what it takes. You can't just take top 5. That's surface level. When you get to the top 20 artists of each of those decades, that's when you get into, it was more than just these niggas carrying the genre. They had motherfuckers like deep in there. Like Mac Miller would be like on my 15th
I know
slot.
you didn't say Mac Miller. I know. Look,
R.I.P. Mac Miller, but
no,
greatest white rapper of all time, Mac Miller.
Drake.
But does he?
Mac Miller.
But he doesn't even. People only say that because he died. Now that's another high take.
I was saying it before he passed away. Like
Mac Miller doesn't. Mac Miller doesn't outsell Eminem in no sort of capacity.
Who cares about selling? What does the music sound? You just talked about niggas who's doing it for money versus niggas who actually like.
That's not the same comparison. No, it's not. No, it's not. That is not the same. No, I'm saying.
You're talking about who's outselling who.
But you're saying okay. No. Let's break down your argument.
You did say something similar to that.
Yeah.
No. Let's break down your argument. Me saying that Eminem has sold more than Mac Miller is not the saying that Eminem. Like you're basically saying that I'm saying Eminem is doing it for the bag. No, I'm saying more people like Eminem's music more than they like Mac Miller's. Eminem, as much as people don't want to say,
what those people look like.
Hold on a second. Even though people will say
they don't look like me.
Even though people will say they don't like Eminem has changed the game more than Mac Miller, and this is not even arguably, has changed the game more than Mac Miller by miles. So like I said, people don't like the white boy, but because of course Mac Miller is a white boy too. But Eminem, without Eminem, do you get 50 Cent?
Yes.
No, you don't.
Yes.
No, you don't.
50 was already bubbling.
50 Cent will say that.
Because they cool. You gotta understand when niggas are cool with each other.
I like how you put words in 50s, but like, no, I know what you really mean to say. Like, no, this is what 50 Cent said.
It's obvious because you can say you don't get fifth without Dr. Dre. You could say that. The same way that the moment that Eminem stopped making music with Dr. Dre, what happened? What happened to his music? This isn't rhetorical. I just want to ask, what happened? No one has a response. The music became shit. The music was trash. The music was trash. But if you say no Fifth without Dr. Dre, I'm with you. Yeah. Dr. Dre was that nigga. But Fifth was still gonna be Fifth without Eminem. Like, his style didn't come from Eminem. Eminem might have helped produce like one song. Ever since then, it was Fifth, Dre, and then Fifth took off, and then Fifth put other niggas on. Eminem was not a mainstay in Fifth's career. So you can't say, oh, we won't get Fifth without Eminem. Fifth from New York. Niggas was gonna put him on.
Do you realize how many people were beefing with 50 Cent at the time of his?
You think they were scared because of M?
No, I'm saying, think about Eminem introduced him to Dr. Dre. 50 Cent will say this himself. So why, like,
that is a fact.
Like, you're disagreeing with the man who said it himself.
That is a fact.
Are we talking about introductions or are we talking about music influences?
That's the point. You can't get to Dr. Dre without. No, we're not talking about influence.
I thought we were talking about the music.
There's a lot of things being talked about.
Okay,
I don't even know anymore.
Let's stay on the main point. We jumped it. 2000s, best era of hip hop. I'm staying on that. Actually, I'm not even going to say personally. That's what I feel. That's what I think.
And I actually understand why you're saying that too, because I know because you have the DJ ear. So a lot of the music in that era with the Dirty South, like crunk music, with the snap music, all that shit, it got people moving in the clubs, bro. It was easy. In that era, it was easy. Niggas was actually dancing, bro. Now everybody just stand. If you playing hip hop today, today's hip hop music, no throwbacks, no 90s, no nothing, no 2000s. You just play today's music. Nobody's dancing to that shit. So that's why I understand where he's coming from when he says that.
This is where this is how I don't understand, because the artists he named don't make music that gets you moving in the club.
Well, you're damn right. You're talking 50, to a DJ.
50 don't.
You're talking to a DJ. You a damn lie.
You said 50?
You said dancing. You said dancing.
Jay-Z.
Fifth gonna make you dance?
I just heard Kanye. I just heard All Falls Down in the club yesterday. I just heard
that's gonna make you dance. What are we talking about?
You picking at straws down. You picking at straws. You picking at straws down.
I'm legit responding to what he just said.
That's just what I thought. I don't know if he agrees with my opinion.
I think you thinking like break dancing. Like, no, people sway side to side. If people are dancing side to side, the All Falls Down in the club yesterday.
I know that came from the 2000s.
Maybe it's just the artists you're picking, because I'm thinking like Nelly, Lil Jon,
too, Ludacris,
like all that type of shit.
That's what I'm saying.
That 2000 music was crazy, bro.
We gotta do a list. Artists that their first project came out in the 2000s, artists whose first project came out in the 90s, artists whose first project came out in the 2010s. We're gonna do this for next season, right? And then we're gonna come in here and we're gonna argue this shit. Oh. Like for real.
This took away from my main hot take, but now we got it.
Because you said a crazy hot take in the middle of the hot take.
And I had like 3 hot takes.
I was on y'all's collar.
I had 3 hot takes.
I want to be real clear here. The 90s is the golden era. That's it for me. Like,
I think the 90s is the golden era for R&B. 90s is the golden era for R&B.
You can
2000s is the golden era for hip hop.
You can have 90s, 2000s, 2010s.
I already knew you were going to
and I'm gonna bury these niggas, bro.
EJ not going
because niggas don't understand how much came out.
EJ not going to bitch that he lost the verses to be already. So
what verses? What verses?
Nicki Minaj and Future. Guess who had Nicki Minaj?
Yeah, in a room full of women. I lost by 1 point. You had Meg Thee Stallion. I had Lil Baby. You got smoked.
No, I didn't. I lost by 1.
You lost by 2. You lost by 2. I even gave you a bonus round.
And Nicki Minaj and Future
to give you a chance.
And Nicki Minaj and Future
come back. And we're supposed to have a third one.
Future, you lost in a room full of every.
We were supposed to have a third versus to break the tie, and this nigga ran for 2 years.
What was the third versus?
I was gonna be 5th. You were gonna be Ross. This nigga ran. I asked multiple times. I was like, "Hey, when you want to do it? What? Like, I'm ready. I got my list. I'm ready. I'm finna smoke. I'm finna smoke. I'm finna smoke you. I was ready." It never happened.
I don't think it was 50 Cent and Ross.
It was 5th and Ross. It was 5th and Ross.
Wait, who did I have?
You had Ross. I had 50.
There's no way I would have Ross. That's cap. I know 50 Cent.
You were hyped about it.
No, because
that's why he was running. That's why he ran.
That's a weird matchup, though.
That is not true.
50 and Ross?
They got beef. Is it a weird matchup? They got beef right now.
EJ begging shit up on this podcast.
I would never.
I would pick 50 Cent all the time. I would pick 50 Cent.
I would never.
You know, I just argued that 2000s is better than 2010. So why would I choose Ross?
I don't know what type of time you was on, bro.
He gonna pull up the receipts.
I
seen Chief look at his phone earlier. I was like,
I wasn't pulling him up, but I
could tell you wanted to though.
I wasn't waiting for him to pull it up too. Prove me wrong. Prove me wrong.
Oh my God.
I'm gonna pull.
I'm crying.
I have to go back. So
yeah, you gotta go back. No.
Screenshot. There's gonna be a screenshot right here, and then we're gonna talk about it.
Okay.
Here.
I forgot what your whole hot take was, man.
No, I had like 3 hot takes within one. I can't even go. Anyway, first hot take was 50% of the rappers need to go. I think they need to battle it out for supremacy. If you lose, you're out.
Single elimination?
Yeah, single elimination.
The first hot take was hip hop's dying.
Yeah, hip hop's dying.
And then the third one, 2000s rap is
2000s rap is better. I'm not. I guess we're gonna have to have that argument another time, followed by a versus battle.
The third one, that's a good hot take, though. That's a good hot take.
Hot take. Rap shit. Issa Rae's new show on HBO will go down as a better show than Insecure. I just finished watching season 2. That last monologue by Duke, aka Chastity, I had to look up the actress' name. Jonica Booth went crazy. It was a full season leading up to this single monologue at the very end. Shout out to the showrunner, Sarita Singleton. Shout out to Issa Rae. And shout out to all the actresses on rap shit. But again, my hot take is rap shit will go down as a better show all time.
Yeah, I saw you tweet that last
Insecure.
night. I saw that.